There you go. Hi, I'm Aiden, and these are the memoirs of an all-round angler. So today we're doing some freshwater fishing, which is something new for this channel that I've not done much of before. Well, I've done it, but I've not filmed it really. So today we're doing a little bit of float fishing on Trenley Lake, which is a lake on the Fordwich complex owned by Canterbury and District Angling Association. It's quite nice water. Oh, I've just got a bite. No? Damn it. Had something on there. Float pops up. Sorry about that. So it's quite an interesting water. I believe it's about 20 or 30 acres, I think. It's quite big, but it's got lots of little islands, loads of lily beds, loads of reed beds, and I mean I'll do some photography and I'll have a look at the scenery, and there's lots of sunken trees and everything. So in terms of what it offers to the fishermen, it's a really interesting water, loads of features, loads of snags. Most of all, there's actually lots of fish in here. So, sort of the fish that are in here, you've got, it was originally stocked as a match lake. And so there was bream, roach, I think there might be rudd, maybe, I'm not sure. Obviously perch, and eels and stuff, and tench. So, and I don't believe it was stocked with carp. But what happened once, because it's in this complex which has got 4 lakes and a river in very close proximity, separated by a few banks that are only about 10 metres wide. I believe in the 1980s the river flooded a lot, and so the river flooded a lot, and so all the banks obviously were covered in water, and this allowed the fish to travel freely. So I believe that now there are actually tench, bream, roach, maybe some rudd, there's pike, there are, did I say bream and tench? And there are now carp. But, because it's not a carp fishing water, it's not a dedicated carp fishing water, there are only a few swims that you can carp fish from, because otherwise, if everyone can carp fish here, there would be no swims left for the people who want to catch, normal coarse fish. But what we're doing today is we are doing some float fishing with all close-in margin fishing, and that I've got a 7-foot rod. It's just a cheap spinning rod. I haven't bought myself a float rod yet. A small reel. See that there? Quite a small reel. Loaded with. I've got a 6-pound line on. Because, I would usually go down to 4. So let me just... Sorry, one moment. Oh, I've got a fish. Oh, I've got... What is this? Little perch? Little roach? Or is it a tiny bream? So I'm using 6-pound line today, which may seem a bit overkill for catching essentially tiny fish. So I'm going to be catching a little roach and rudd and bream about that big. I don't want to catch any big fish, but I know that there are some big tench in here, some big perch. I believe there are probably some 3 or 4 pounders in here, and there are some carp, known carp, going up to pretty big. Not massive, but I believe there's probably 1 or 2 20s in here. And I don't want to be hooking a 20-pound plus fish on 4-pound line and a really small rod, because I'm not that confident with it. We're off the mark already. We're going to be fishing different baits today. We've got bread, which I'm going to be squeezing up into balls and ledgering, not ledgering, sorry, fishing like right near the bottom. And then I also have a tin of sweet corn here, and I've still got about 3/4 of a pint of maggots. So plenty of bait. Just fishing for a bite really. I'm not too bothered. I'm just out here relaxing. I've got the entire day, so hopefully we'll see some nice fish. Hopefully get the numbers up nicely. But first, let me show you this bream I've just caught. It's only small. Where's that a bream? That's a bream, yeah. There you go. It's only a tiny fish, but you know, on a light spinning rod, little float, you know, it's good fun, and you can catch lots of them and build up a really good bag. Get this one back, and hopefully we can catch a lot more like him. So I'm using a 7-foot spinning rod, only a really cheap £10 one, because I haven't got any other rod that would be suitable for float fishing. And what I'm using actually, which is a bit weird for a still water, I'm actually using a stick float right now. These are easier to cast. I find they tangle less. I just have confidence in it, and it's very light and sensitive. Because I'm fishing for small fish, I didn't want to go for a big waggler because it wouldn't be as sensitive. But I didn't want to go for a pole float because, you know, it wouldn't be as stable as a stick float. So coming down, and then, so I've got, where I'm fishing at the moment is about that deep. No, tail line. It's about 4 feet deep, so it's 4 feet deep, yep. So, and because I've not had many fish on the drop, I'm not feeding hard with maggots because I've not got many. So all I'm doing, I'm fishing for a bite at a time, so giving a little handful of maggots and then casting my float over the top with a few maggots on the hook. Because I've not caught many on the drop, I've actually got one shot there, about here-ish, and then I've got the bulk pattern here. Just get it right down, and then once that's there, I've got an extra shot there, and then I have the hook, and on the hook I'll be having 2 or 3 maggots. This is a size 12 hook. I could have gone down to say size 16 or 18, but to be honest, I didn't want to drop down. Size 16 and 18 hooks have very small eyes, and a £6 line wouldn't be able to go through it. I didn't want to be dropping down line strength because of the carp in here. So that's basically my setup. It's a float rig, and with a stick float, and bulk shot about 6 inches off the bottom. I've got a bit of bulk shot, so that can gently rest on the bottom. I'm fishing. The way I've plummeted all the depths, and I'm fishing about, with my maggots, about that far off the bottom, because I'm on the edge of the lily bed. There's probably going to be a little bit of weed underneath, and with the plummet it can bury into the weed a little bit, so I always bring it up about an inch or so, and plus the fish are more likely to see that as they come across. Whoa. Let's just take a look at the little fish. It's only a small roach, so you know, we'll unhook it and we'll get it back as soon as possible. I'll just show you the fish in the net. Just a little roach. Is that a roach? Yeah, it's a roach. Got a more orangey eye to it than the rod. The rod's a bit more yellow. This is a better fish. Slimy old thing. Just get the hook out of the way. Oh, there we go. Nice little tench. About £2, 2 or 3 pounds. So, pop a really good scrap on the nice light rod. Yeah, took 2 orange maggots, that one did. Great fun. Let's get him back. And he's off. I've now switched to a Wagler setup, but it's quite a small little Wagler, about that big. I am fishing with some corn on the bottom. I've scattered a bit of corn around the area where my float is, and we're fishing it. I'm fishing it hard on the bottom for tench here, and maybe the bream, but I know the bream would prefer maggots, but I would like another tench. You saw that one I had earlier, really good fun. So I thought if I want to catch more of them, then switching to a Wagler setup would be better. And fishing hard on the bottom instead of a little bit off the bottom would be better for the tench. So I decided a bit of sweet corn right on the bottom. We'll see how it goes. I'll update you guys if I catch some more fish, which I probably will. I've got another 6 hours here, I think, 5.5, 6 hours. So yeah, let's try and catch some more fish, eh? So we've been fishing this spot since about 10:30. Yeah, about 10:30 we started fishing here, and it's now about 1:15. I fished this spot previously, only had 1 or 2 roach, wasn't very good. But you know, I've been fishing this now for nearly 3 hours, and you know, I've had a tench, I've had a bream, I've had loads and loads of little roach, but it's sort of it's just switched off. If you get what I mean, like I've had the rod out for the past 20 minutes with corn, and it's just, you know, it's just switched off in terms of big fish. Because there were a few carp that I saw around this edge down here, and I saw, you know, lots of tench feeding, bubbling down there, and then I cast out with corn, and they've just gone. So I've climbed a tree as well, looked down into the water, and I can't see any fish apart from, you know, tiny little ones that are jumping across the surface. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a few more chucks here. These maggots are very lively now that they've warmed up. So we have another 2 or 3 chucks of maggots, and then I think we'll pack up and we will move on to another swim. I think I'll go on to the north bank then, because I think that's probably fishing a little bit better. But we'll stick to the same setup with the Wagler float now. If I show you, there you go. If you can see, I've got a small little Wagler float on there, a few bits of shot down the line just to catch whatever's happening, whatever wants something, and then little size 12 specialist something, Drennan wide gape specialist maybe. No, it's super special. What is it? A little size 12 hook, basically. So it's not that the fishing's tough, because there I've already got a bite with maggot, but all I'm getting are these little tiny roach, and regardless of how much I feed or how little I feed, I'm always getting these little tiny roach. So I don't know. So I mean, it's a tough one. Do I up sticks now and potentially not have the chance of lots of little fish, or do I keep fishing, catch lots of little fish but no biggies? And to be honest, I think, you know, I'm using pretty heavy gear. It's not like this is a really ultralight float rod. This is a cheap spinning rod. It's still quite light and it's good fun to catch a small fish on there, but it's a lot more fun to catch some, you know, 5-6 pound tench on there, or, you know, like bream up to about 3 or 4 pounds. It's a lot more fun. But, you know, I've not really very tough. I think I'll probably move, but in about 10-15 minutes. So I'll keep fishing for these little roach, and I'll build up a little net of those, and then I'll show you guys on the mat, and then we'll move, and then we'll have a look at another swim and try and catch some bigger fish, hopefully. There we go. That's the last little bag. There we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fish, 10 lovely little roach. They're all very small, and hence why I'm now going to move over to the other side of the lake to try and catch some tench in the deeper areas of the lake. But, you know, so far I've had a really good morning. Caught loads and loads of roach, caught a bream and a tench. What more can you ask for? Let's get these fellas back. You just need to wait for it to go under nice and smoothly. Yeah, that's a fish, I think. That's not undertow. There we go. Only a small fish. Little roach, but he's still very welcome. Keep feeding those maggots very consistently. You should be getting instant bites pretty easily. It's the simplest, you know, it's the simplest kind of fishing. There we go. That's a fish. Ah, lost him. Roach. That's not bad at all. That's a good result, that is. Lovely gold colours in that one. Beautiful, beautiful fish. So I've caught a very little perch, but I thought I might as well show you how good this tactic is. Float fishing quite close to the surface actually. There we go. I hope you can pick that up. So I've had quite a few fish now. I've had loads and loads of little loads and loads of little roach. But what I found is, right near the surface, you got a lot of absolutely tiny, like 2-3 inch fish. Sorry, lots of 2 and 3 inch fish. So what I decided it with single and double maggots. So what I decided to do was move the float further up the line and put some shot and move all the shot further down so that it sunk faster to get it away from the tiny fish. And then let's just put him back in the net so he doesn't freak out too much. And then instead of putting like single or double maggot on the hook, I put like 7 or 8 maggots on, and that's counted now for 3 larger roach that I haven't really shown on camera. Not big roach, but you know, more like that sort of size as opposed to that sort of size. So now I've had like 2 or 3 up to there. And so you tend to get the bigger fish like that, and then obviously this perch came to a bunch of maggots instead of 1 or 2, and it was all lower down in the water column. So I'll carry on fishing, and if I catch anything else that's really worth talking about, I'll definitely show you guys. There we go. And so we end how we started, with 2 very small roach, but there you go, oops, there you go. So that's the end of the video. It's been a pretty good session, to be honest. We've had 1 tench, 2 bream I think, and loads of roach, and 1 surprise perch, which was really nice. All of that was on maggots. Did bring sweet corn with me, nothing really happened on it. Did bring bread with me, nothing really happened. It was all, maggots were really the star bait of the day. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, subscribe and like the video. But no, it's a lovely water. It's Trenley Lake on the Fordwich complex, which is owned by Canterbury District Angling Association. I've really enjoyed my day, and I'll definitely be back to do another video. But next time I think I'll probably do it carp fishing, because I have seen a few carp on the surface. Not tried to fish for them, but I've seen them like just milling around, and I reckon I've seen 2 20-pounders like right on the surface. The gear I've got with me isn't the sort of thing I'd want to catch them on, but I think I'll be back when I've got my carp fishing gear sorted out, and try to catch some big ones. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. Tight lines, and I'll see you next time.